I may have a blade or two that could use a honing.
I may have a blade or two that could use a honing.
What can I cook up today?
Careful now, that's a trap.
Look out, I see a trap nearby.
Have I got anything that needs a good firing?
A whetstone, quite.
A whetstone wheel. Now what do I have that needs sharpening?
In the days of old, the sorcerers of Riverlong cured the sick and healed the wounded through a great power called Source. But a terrible darkness invaded the land, and Source was forever tainted. The sorcerers who once healed now only destroy, and madness has overtaken them. A few brave Source hunters are all that stand between Riverlong and the dark power that threatens to destroy it. Wherever Source appears, hunters follow.
Rise and shine, Master Source Hunters. The captain wants you up on deck. Hear them gulls? Means we're close to shore. I don't ever you go in there, Master Source Hunters. City's full of undead, hungry enough for blood. But you're supposed to investigate that murder, ain't you? They say it's Source that did the Counselor in. Source in a city like Sicil, nowhere safe anymore. Here they are, Captain Sir.
God's blessings on you, hunters. You'll be happy to hear we've reached Sicil. But there's trouble offshore, so we'll have to sail in carefully. Here, have a look. Those are orc ships, and they're blocking our passage. We'll get you as close to the city as we can, and drop you off in the beach. Be wary now. Orcs are on the attack. Undead have closed every route out, and there's a sorcerer on the loose. we're to get justice for the Counselor, you'll have to keep your wits about you. May the luck of the gods be with you both, Source Hunters.
If I didn't know there were orc ships raiding to the west, I'd mistake this for a placid beach.
At least the orcs make a bit of noise when they attack. It's dark-dealing sorcerers that'll strike with neither warning nor mercy.
Source Hunters! How did they find us?
Take the stone to the temple. These whelps will be easy to crush.
As you say, Madam Conduit.
Arise, fair dead! Seize upon our enemies!
from the air!
Their leader said something about escaping with a stone.
Stolen from this dungeon, I imagine. Can we get inside?
Those thieves were more than petty criminals. Their leader gave life to the dead. What stone could they have been so keen on taking? Whatever's inside that tomb can wait. We have a murder to solve, and we can't allow the culprit a moment longer to cover his or her tracks.
This seems to be broken. 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 mine in the middle of our park.
Someone must have an interest in protecting whatever's kept here.
Better to detonate that mine safely than trip over it myself.
This seems to be broken. This seems to be broken.
It could be a myth, or it could be our lucky day.
This seems to be broken. This seems to be broken. This seems to be broken. This seems to be This seems to be broken. This seems to be broken. Well, what's this I've spotted? Under lock and key. This seems to be broken. Might need to blow this one open. This seems to be broken. This seems to be broken. This seems to be broken.
orcs, well, they sell for ale. Single malt stumblers. You've been had by one of them smooth-talking salesmen again. Come, give here before I sober up. Come, let's have another drink while we still can. To your very good health.
And yours, Bibius. Here goes. Hold it right there, orc scum. No one slips past the Legion unchallenged.
Calm down, Junius. Doesn't look like one of them orcs to me. Not a single horn in sight, you know.
Just hold your tongue, will you, Bibius? Can't be too careful. We are sworn to protect Scythiel.
So, you're source hunters, are you? And how are we supposed to verify that's true? We can't read, my friend. So for all we know, those papers say you're a polymorph parrot on the lookout for a 2-bedroom birdcage. They don't prove a thing.
You know what? We'll take you two to the wizard. I know he reads. He has books large as a house, that one. Yeah, he'll squeeze the truth out of you, one way or another.
Agreed. A wizard is bound to know more about what is going on around here.
Captain, come along. We're not far from the city. Lovely day for a swig and a song, isn't it?
We're legionnaires, of course. On the lookout for orcs.
Liberators of liquor too, aren't we, old chum?
Shh! Just pipe down, will you, Bibius?
Fare thee well. What in the hell's is happening down there? Orcs? Bloody orcs! Come, let's go back to the bridge. Let the source hunters handle their big brutes.
Ready, aim, die! Please assist me, friends! I needed that. I needed that.
Did you see that? Those orcs had a human commander.
We're oblivious and Julius. They hear
How
the
very
fight.
disquieting.
Far before his time.
I like you much better.
Hail, Source Hunter. Oh, I'm not so different from any... It's these orcs. Now that they have bees in their bonnets about God only knows, we need every hand we can get. That rat-faced shaman of theirs even went to the trouble of launching a fireball at a ship in the harbour to the west of here. It's hard to say. That ship needs attention, and fast, or she's as good as sunk. Got any special Source Hunter tricks to make a blue sky turn to rain clouds? Beats me what traitorous madness came over that dog. A man among orcs? It'd be like one of your kind running with a sorcerer. Whatever the Kerr's incentive to raise swords alongside that murderous lot, let's all hope it was a private grudge. Can you imagine if we had to add a slew of wild-eyed, orc-loving bedlamites to our list of enemies in Sicil?
On the men!
Taken before his time. Far before his time.
Filthy beasts, I'll kill the last one of you.
As good as a new penny.
I like you much better with your guts on the floor.
Filthy beasts, I'll kill the last one of you.
One day, comrade, vengeance will be ours.
Filthy beasts, I'll kill the last one of you.
Avert your gaze, and I'll handle this threat for all our sakes. Bringing a little orchid children here is like bringing a What fool would trust a two-bit love potion?
One day, comrade, vengeance will be ours.
Taken before his time, far before his time.
An orc in love. Ha! When this little chatting fades, she'll liberate the flesh from our faces. Avert your gaze, and I'll handle this threat for all our sakes.
Taken before his time. Far before his time.
Filthy beasts, I'll kill the last one of you.
It's like bringing a wolf to a hen. What fool would trust a two-bit love potion into a practical
Yeah, the Source Hunter. Bloody orcs. That rat-faced shaman of theirs even went to the trouble of launching a fireball at a ship in the harbour to the west of here.
Taken before his time. Far before his time.
What's all this ruckus? Sounded worse than a dozen tomcats fighting over the world's last mackerel. Ah, but I see we've suffered another orc landing. And judging by the relative ease with which it was dispatched, I can only come to one conclusion. Source hunters have arrived in Sicil. You're as welcome as a glass of cooled milk on a hot day, my friend. I'm Ahu, at your service. It was I who requested your presence in this troubled city. So you were, and so you weren't. Behold! There we are. Meet my other half, Hunter. Ha ha! No need to look so flabbergasted. I may be a wizard rife with tricks and guile, but I assure you my plea is an earnest one. So, now that the cat is out of the bag, let us turn to the matter of Councillor Jake's murder. It's hard to put my finger on it, but I can feel in my very whiskers that sorcery was at play. Visit the scene of the crime, and I'd bet sardines for salad you'll say the same. Captain Aureus, though, the local commander of the Legion, insists I'm seeing ghosts. I insist he's blind to all but the undead. Jake was murdered in a downstairs room of the King Crab Inn, up in Sicil proper. The Legion keeps it under lock and key, though, so you'll need Aureus's permission should you want to have a peek. So there are, or rather, there is. Popular opinion has it his wife did the deed, but to be frank, I have my doubts. She seems a likely candidate, to be sure, but that would make her a sorceress. Esmeralda knows how to charm, yes, but I just don't see her magic extend beyond a frolicsome look and wink. Still, don't simply take my word for it, Hunter. It may be well worth your while to cross-examine her yourself. The Legion has her under guard in her shop near the town square. That's where you'll find poor Jake's widow. A human, you say? Truly? But that would be like a kitten leading a wolf pack. And yet, I have heard rumors about a sect of sorts, a shadowy set of worshippers that associate even with orcs. Some say they're sorcerers, but people will say that about anyone who behaves a bit strangely nowadays. I don't quite know what to make of this news, but thank you for informing me. It'd be foolish to dismiss such a curious event out of hand. Ah, the undead. They've been clawing their way out of the ground for 2 years now. And for 2 years the stalemate between them and the living has been dragging on at a weary pace indeed. The Legion did a good job keeping them at bay, but I think it's fair to say that without my magic-infused ballistae, they'd have gotten the better of us by now. Someone is responsible for the outbreak. Necromancers are at work, but who are they and where do they hide? Alas, that searching for them is like searching for a single louse in a lion's mane.
An orc in love. Ha! When this little town...
Unfortunately, that is absolutely correct. The orc siege is yet another hairball stuck in this city's already choking throat, and it shows no signs of abating. We've cordoned off the western beach where most orc activity has been reported. For the 9 lives of me, I can't seem to figure what they're doing here. There's nothing of interest along the waterfront, except for a set of caves with an unfavorable reputation. Maybe they're after some pirate's treasure, the fools. Oh, but that's not a trick. It's a blessing. Or does it surprise you that I enjoy taking a feline guise?
Your little orcish girlfriend here is like bringing a wolf to a hen house.
Such magic is a gift, Hunter. To tread upon the realm of instinct. Even articulate speech, perhaps humanity's greatest asset, cannot give expression to something so inextricably innate. To be out in the night, to stalk on silent paws and hunt with only the moon as your witness. You couldn't possibly imagine the thrill. But of course it's handy to speak in more than meows. And I couldn't brew potions or make machines without opposable thumbs. This I freely admit. Let's just say I have found a way to enjoy the best of 2 worlds. I'm glad we've met, Source Hunter. And I'm certain we have a lot more to talk about. Feel free to visit me whenever you want. I've set up a workshop in the Legion's headquarters. Once you're there, just take the stairs, but do pay a visit to Aureus first. He may bark like a beagle with its tail stuck in the door, but you won't get very far in your investigation without speaking to the de facto leader of Sicil. And with that, I bid you adieu, Hunter. Adieu and good luck. May your enemies prove to be mere mice, and you the dauntless mouser.
Sorcery, sects, undead, orcs. Oh, looks like we have our work cut out for us.
At least we won't be bored. How about we go see that Aureus chap Ahu mentioned?
An orc in love. Ha! When this little town will liberate the flesh from our faces.
Enough doom and gloom. Cast the doom and doom upon my fair highest day.
Avert your gaze, and I'll handle this threat for all our sakes.
She wouldn't hurt a fly, and I won't let you hunt a horn on her head.
Bringing your little orcish girlfriend here is like bringing a wolf to a hen house.
Nonsense. Listen. She's calling.
What fool would trust a 2-bit love potion out of a back-page circular from youthful gore?
Listen to it!
Blasted orcs learn how to play with fire! The ship's blazing even higher!
Really? The greatest warriors in Rivellon can't cross a rope?
Come on, man! Put your back into it! What if the orcs are sending another fleet?
We mustn't let the flames spread to the harbour! What if the orcs are sending another fleet?
Are these the biggest buckets we've got? Are these the biggest buckets we've got?
Ahoy, sailor! Are you enjoying the fresh winds of Sicile? Those orcs must be out of their barbarous minds launching an attack on a city where a great wizard resides. Though even I must admit they put up a hearty effort. I'll tell you, the only time I'd consider waging a suicide campaign like that would be if whatever I sought was something worth dying over.
We mustn't let the flames spread to the whole bar. What if the orcs are sending another fleet?
We're gonna need more than a few buckets to save her.
Blasted orcs have learned how to play with fire.
Steady, boys, steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up.
Halt! These gates are to remain closed at all times. Captain's orders. Wait a second. Well, I'll be a little red imp's uncle, the Source Hunter. Sorry for the gruff treatment. I didn't recognize you right away. Please tell me, how can I aid the investigation? You can see security's tighter than ever around here since that surprise attack the Orcs put on a fortnight ago. They did enough damage to shake up Ahu and Captain Aureus something fierce. We can only hope to hold back the undead and these left-field Orc attacks long enough for reinforcements to arrive. I don't think you're quite ready to head out into the wilds to me. Also, a party of 1 or 2 runs the risk of being outflanked and outnumbered. I'll bring some backup if I were you. Of course, the choice is yours, but are you sure you want to venture out? Thank you for heeding my words of warning, Hunter. Cyciel needs you alive and well.
Say, no one's around. You wouldn't raise a fuss if I, borrowed one of these fish, would you?
Borrow, indeed. I'll sooner meet a cat wizard than see that merchant repaid.
Come now, I'll be good for it, I swear! Oh, my story's tired by now. I was happy enough, prosperous enough, before these lean times around Cyciel began. Still, that doesn't waive a man's need to eat, you know. I never would have dreamt of resorting to petty theft during better times, but what choice have I got now? If it's steal or starve, I'll choose steal. So what do you think? Should I snag a fish?
Tomatoes. Heavenly herring! Delicious dog.
True enough. Without a bit of charity now and then, the world would be a far crueler place.
That's the spirit! Or should I say, the soul?
Sir, did you just steal that fish?
No, I paid for it. The merchant just left, but I paid. I paid before.
You were a witness to this event now? Tell me what happened.
No better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows.
Quite so. I saw him pay the merchant.
I can't thank you enough for your, discretion. I'll be going now.
Well, sorry to have bothered you then, sir. Carry on.
Heavenly herring! Delicious dogfish! Yours for a scrap of gold each!
Our there's as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
That thief is free for now, but I wonder how long it'll be until his growling belly seduces him back onto the crooked path. I I can understand your sympathy for that man, but feeding him for one day will hardly remedy his circumstances. You would have done better to help him more substantially than by covering up a single petty theft.
Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Sorry, but I haven't the time for chatter. These days, a moment's inattention is all a thief needs to snatch my livelihood out from under me. The dead are on the prowl, the councillor's been murdered, and now source hunters are encouraging petty theft. The few honest amongst us are swimming against the stream, I'll tell you what.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes...
Sorry, but I haven't the time for chatter.
Praise be that Ahu the wizard built those newfangled weapons of his. Scythiel would have long been overrun by undead if it wasn't for them contraptions.
See if you can choose the finest greens!
Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Welcome to the Town Hall of Scythiel.
Welcome to the Town Hall of Scythiel. Mayor Cecil is waiting for you inside.
A source hunter! Oh, what a sight for sore Sicilian eyes! Me? I live alone here in town. Used to be that my younger brother Tom and I were practically joined at the hip, but that's all changed now. Oh, he's always been something of a rascal, calling his petty hooliganism adventuring and endlessly worrying my poor mind. Oh, but of course, I've always loved that scamp to bits. For my part, I encouraged him to join the Legion. Even got him sparring with Captain Aureus now and then. But then those blasted Fabulous Five came into town. That band of... I don't even know what to call them. Well, they're his heroes, and I simply couldn't prevent him from going to see them. That one meeting was all it took for Tom to run off with them on some mission to God knows where.
What? Oh, it's you. Come closer then. Closer? My ears aren't what they used to be. Nor my eyes, for that matter. Yes, hello, Source Hunter. Our city welcomes you. My elf? What elf? Oh, myself. I am Cecil, Mayor of Scythiel, and husband of the stately Cecilia. I've been the mayor here for decades, and I'm quite eager to see Scythiel through these difficult times. Yes, very difficult times indeed. What? Oh, you mean Scythiel? Very difficult times indeed. As though the death of Jacon by source magic no less weren't enough. We're also facing all sorts of brutish intruders. The undead have overrun all but one northern trade route, while the orcs are making a habit of savaging our beaches. That's not to mention that at the top of this whole caboodle, there's rumors of some new religious sect or cult or some such, sticking its tendrils into the innocent, seven-fearing folks of Scythiel. And, while we're on the subject of troubles, I myself have a private matter I'd like to bring to your attention. It involves a magic relic I rather foolishly sought. A weapon called the Staff of Pergamon. Jake murdered? Oh, yes. Yes, now I recall. Indeed. I could hardly believe it myself. The Council and I have certainly had our differences over the years, but old squabbles evaporate under such circumstances. Most of the townsfolk are certain Jake's wife Esmeralda is responsible. In fact, the Legion have taken her into protective custody to keep her safe from the mob. As you can imagine, I've known Esmeralda for years. That business between her and the Duke of Ferrol was always a bit suggestive. But I've never had cause to suspect her of violence. Still, one never knows for sure. An all right bloke, apart from all this Esmeralda nonsense. The whole town knows the only goal of his business trips to Sicil is to spend a night or two at the King Crab Inn with Mrs. Counselor. What? The undead? Yes, for the past 2 years those blasted skeletons have all but suffocated this city. With all but one trade route overrun, Sicil's once torrential commerce has slowed to a pathetic trickle. What now? Oh, you're speaking gibberish. Ah, you mean the Staff of Pergamon? Yes, yes. I was expecting a shipment of weapons, and among the cargo was this very powerful, very rare staff. I managed to place the order through means somewhat, atypical to a government official. Cecil proved an old fool, though. For the merchant slated to deliver it to me has just informed me that the damn thing has gone missing. I fear it may have fallen into the wrong hands, and I wonder if you could retrieve it for me. His name is Conrad, captain of the Tide Splitter, a merchant ship still docked at the Sicil harbor. You can talk to him if you think it'd help, but I'd quite like to avoid getting the Legion involved, if you don't mind. The staff itself contains a shard of an ore, highly valued for its use in the weapons of war. I know use of the material to be forbidden, but I was desperate to do something to aid the townsfolk against the undead. Well, I do believe that's something your parents ought to have discussed with you long ago, Source Hunter. But I suppose if you really don't know, I'd be remiss if I didn't at least explain the basics. Ah, you see, when a lady and a fellow find each other rather nice, well, rather more than nice, they occasionally, well, they, Oh, this is nonsense. I'm the mayor for the 7th sake. I can't be bothered to chat all day about the birds and the bees when Sicil's under siege by orcs, undead, and cultists. That depends. What kind of berries are you interested in, exactly? Ah, the library. Yes, yes, you must have a visit. It's the gem of Sicil. Would you like to have a look? I'll escort you upstairs myself. Marvelous! Follow me, then. What? Oh, yes. This library is the jewel in Sicil's crown, the beacon of culture and learning in our fair city.
The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart.
Who placed this book here?
volume of poetry among
My
novels?
Victoria has every volume you could possibly imagine, and she's got every speck of information about this place packed into her brilliant brain. Yes, Victoria's come a long way from that little bundle of claws and teeth I adopted so long ago. Ah, it brings a tear to my eye just seeing her here among her beloved books. What? Oh, yes, yes. I'll be on my way back downstairs now. Please introduce yourself. I know Victoria will be happy to make your acquaintance.
The knight in see-through armor, Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom, Stenteken.
Demonology for dumbbells.
For all things
Ugh.
naughty,
I
hasn't she?
need something more advanced. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Who placed this book here? A volume of poetry among novels? Urak! What mayhem!
The Lesser Key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
A volume of poetry among novels? Urak! What mayhem!
The Lesser Key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart.
The knight in see-through armor, Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom, Stenteken. Esmeralda does have a propensity
The
for
Lesser
all things
Key of
naughty, hasn't she?
Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Kajdanor. The brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Celeron will have to pay yet another fine.
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh.
In the name of Amun-Hor, I bid thee Tujda Getahal, be welcome, human. My library is yours, as I hope your friendship is mine.
The Lesser Key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library? Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh, I need something
I am
more
Victoria,
advanced.
daughter of Mayor Cecil. Oh, I know what you're thinking. The likeness isn't exactly striking, is it?
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh, I need something more advanced. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition, too. Most promising. The Lesser Key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart. The Lesser Key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart.
When I was very young, you see, I must have been cast out by my tribe, for I was found in a wicker basket floating past Sicile toward the sea.
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh.
The fisherman who found me would have drowned me on the spot, for I am an orc after all. But praise be Amun-Hor, dear Cecil was among the gathered crowd, and he took pity on the exiled infant that chance had put in his way.
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition, too. Most promising. The The Lesser Key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising. Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising. No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising. The Lesser Key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart. The Lesser Key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library? No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart. The Lesser Key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart. Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh, I need something more advanced. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart. Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh, I need something more advanced. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising. No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library? The Lesser Key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising. The Lesser Key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library? Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh, I need something more advanced. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart. Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh, I need something more advanced. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising. No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart. No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library? Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh, I need something more advanced.
He raised me like I was his own. This kindest of souls taught me the language of men, their customs and their letters. Thus, I became the city's librarian, a position I uphold with no small diligence and pride.
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Jageta, friend.
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh, I need something more advanced. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom. Stenteken. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?